Shabbat Shalom. Selam. trust in the world and the world gets tight. Shift my trust to you, it's like a crystal clear night. Expand in all directions, random sections to unite. Oceans rains, fire blaze like my way, light up my life. And these days will wait, no longer night. I'm reaching for my God like skyscrapers in the night. I see that all return inside is empty, gonna switch like a knife. Eternal life, store of vibes, bound to be alright. I see the world in the praise from below to above. Take flight in the sky, got wings like a dove. We're soaring to the heavens where the angels fall in love. With glory of our shepherds like a dove. I see the word in the praise from below to above. Take flight in the sky, got wings like a dove. We're soaring to Shabbat where the angels fall in love. With glory of our shepherds like a glove. Shepherds of all Israel, this is right. Love you, yes, my God, with all my heart and soul and might. And when I feel you by my side, yes, I'm flying like a kite. I feel you by my side, yes, I'm soaring like a kite. Open up my eyes and give me sight. Super energized and every day you give me life. I see the ways the world is detoxifying. I'm right. Young man, don't you know drugs and purify your mind. When you try your left, it's why you focus, got left behind. If you got no water, how you gonna survive? Roots lead you till the well springs so you can stay alive. I don't claim to be a god and claim to make them now. Rocking out this mind, show me. You can see beauty shines externally. That's the story of Greece. But inside, America, please. Israel, won't you get up from your knees? It's just light in the skies for us truth. Won't you please realize? Even from the upper and outside eye. We're in the breeze from below to above. Take flight in the sky, got wings like a dove. We're soaring to the heavens where the angels fall in love. With glory of our shepherds like a dove. I see the word in the breeze from below to above. Take flight in the sky, got wings like a dove. We're soaring to Shemayim where the angels fall in love. With glory of our shepherds like a glove. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. The world could just crumble to dust. It's just us, it's not two, it's just one. The middle road, all true Torah. Yes, it's true, my brain moves, open up the roof with knowledge of God and move up. In the rising from the low, till the secrets start to ooze. Don't snooze, it's pure life, but most High wants us alive. What's the proof? We got life. Come on, I never know, but us a free, that's what they was what is free. The knowledge of God, when the demon money, fill up yourself with the light of majesty. In the world of separation, that's the only way to be. It's not believe we won't flee, just walk out easily. It's not believe we won't flee, just walk out easily. If you got no water, how you gonna survive? Roots lead you to the wellspring so you can stay alive. If you got no water, how you gonna survive? If you got no water, how you gonna survive? I see the word in the breeze from below to above. Take flight in the sky, got wings like a dove. Restoring to Shemayim where the angels fall in love. With glory of our shepherds like a glove. Shabbat, Selam, from inside. You're why you're why you searching streets, places, times around the like you are travel, then you lose the battle and get left behind. Yo, searching streets, places, times around the like you are travel, then you lose the battle and get left behind. When you strike, you left, it's right, your face got left behind. Yo.
Shabbat Shalom, Senbet Selam, Sabbath peace. The miracles of life. Inside. Yahshua there for you. Yeshua I. Oh yeah. praise. Most High Jah. Shabbat Shalom. Rest in Shalom for the Joseph Israel. Respect the Rastafari Queen.
It's a third one starter, heading for the west So much doctrine, so much opinion, oh yes. But this one is our glory, the highest region. What's the Middle East? It's going on there. He said that was the for the West right there. Yeah. All that to find a way to move. Until we find a way to let it go. Until we find a way to love it. Oh yeah. Until we find a way. Whoa, whoa. Until we find a way. Yeah.
Side.
Until we find a way to love it. Oh yeah.
Exodus.
Until we find a way to live. Oh yes. Until we find a way to come together. Until we find a way. Oh, until we find a way. Yeah. Until we find a way. Oh, until we find a way.
Rest in peace. Rest in power. When you see the light, everything is alright. Rest in power. Joseph Hill. Rest in power. Skelly Spence. Israel Vibration just recently passed on. The ancestors. Rest in power. Bob Marley. Muhammad Selassie. With the life you're living, this is what Bob. Legend. One love to all people, all nations. One love. Foundation of Jah love. Blessed. 7-day Sabbath. Sabbatical blessings. One love. Give love. The ultimate divine number of 7. Patriot. Exodus. What the true seed people, the remnants. Those of I grafted in.
Yes. Shalom, Halloween. Shalom, Rastafari. So the day after the pronounced death of Q.E. II, Queen Elizabeth II, the reigning symbol, monarch, figurehead of the British monarchy for the past 70 years. Now, in the first vlog, we basically, had said ding dong, QE2 is dead. Long live the king. Long live the king of kings. It's the end of the queendom. This queendom for the past, how many years? 70 years. Right? It's all of the prophecy. We didn't get into the prophecy in any detail right there, although we did seek to set up, right, the prophetic context of the point, but here on the day after the pronounced death, keep emphasizing
reflection this past 24/7.
Right? You say they pronounced that she was dead.
This past 24 hours of the recent news.
Now, interesting enough, Prince Charles,
Queen Elizabeth
her
and
son,
her
right? Her son, Prince
passing
Charles,
away.
her and Philip, Philip passed a little while ago, and many of us could see the handwriting on the wall. Now, Prince Charles III. Now, note this. Do you know anything about British history? In fact, they had killed a King Charles. King Charles, actually, he's King Charles now, no longer Prince, right? But he's King Charles III. What happened to King Charles I in England, in Great Britannia? What happened to King Charles II? Do you know the history? That's what we said. This changes everything, right? We was looking for more of a historical perspective, but the numbers, let's look at the numbers. Let's do the math. It's 70 years. 70 years. 70 years is very, very significant, vis-a-vis QE II, and this 70 years that she was the reigning monarch, right, on the throne of Great Britannia, the Tin Lady. See, Great Britannia is known as the Tin Lady, Great Britannia. So keep in mind it's 70 years. So we're going to call this right here QE2, right, QE2, right, the death of QE2, or QE2's death, and Black Jew prophecy. I'm going to emphasize we, the Black Jews of the Lion of the tribe of Judah, prophecy. Right? Interesting, this particular scene here where QE2, had visited the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. Ethiopia. And there's a toast. I want to get that still there. There's a particular toast. They do like these toasts, with the cup. Right? There's the cup and the toast. Here, Yvette Rivera, for the works right here. This is the scene right here. This is a very interesting scene on her visitation. Right? And when I saw a still of one of the photographs where there's a cup, right? There's a cup and there's a toasting. Right? There's a cup and there's a toasting. I don't know if ones-on-ones have seen this, previously, right? But here we're speaking about Britannia, firstly and foremostly. We look at the historical prophecy, right, of Great Britannia. So here, let's get a still right here, and let's see which still we can utilize right here. So we're going to zoom in on this particular scene right here. Here she gives a speech, so forth and so on, right? And there's a toasting. Right, that goes on. A toasting with cups. Now we call it a cup as a chalice. I want to share something right here from prophecy. So 2 points of prophecy concerning the pronounced death of QE2, Queen Elizabeth II, after 70 years. QE2, right, 70 years, and the Black Jew, right, prophecy. First thing first, let's go here, right, to the law and to the testimony. Now, I'm going to begin off right here, first of all, on the cup and the chalice. So we can try to understand what was this relationship with the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, Mo Adbesazem Negeda Yehuda, with Godamawi, Kedamawi, Haile Selassie, was Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, the against Ethiopia, the King of Kings of Ethiopia, from that throne of King David. You say the Moshiach, right, in his kingly, right, advent, Melekat Kavod. Here we have Revelation chapter 17, verse 4. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color. Those are significant colors for the Anglo-American world order. It's the red, white, and blue. Right? When you combine red and blue, right? Red state, blue state, mother like daughter. Mother, Britannia, daughter, America. Right? The times of the Gentiles. Right? That's the biblical context. The times of nation states. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand. It says, full of the abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. Now, here we're pointing this to Great Britannia because, the lady, so to speak, speaking of QE2, right, she was the reigning, right, monarch, right, the reigning monarch, the sovereign, right, upon that throne of Great Britannia. Now, Britannia has a longer history, right? We got to recognize the true context. We saw there's a few ones that said they don't mourn. This is not a mourning. It's not about no mourning. It's about a new dawning,
to a new dawning, to a new day. That's what he said. This changes everything. The 70 year, right? So this cup, right? This cup. Now we go and look up a couple of verses on cup, right? Cup and hand. A few verses right here, just touch on cup and hand, right? Ezekiel 23:31. Thou hast walked in the way of thy sister. Therefore I will give her cup. Speak about mystery, Babylon, her cup into thine hand. You ever heard it say like baby London? Right? Babylon, London, London, Babylon. You ever heard that expression? Go look it up. London and Babylon, baby London. Jeremiah, Jeremiah 51:7 says, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh, right? In Jehovah's hand, that made all the earth drunken, right? All the earth, the nations. Remember, we're in the times of the Gentiles. So white supremacy really equals, biblically speaking, the times of the nation states or the times of the Gentiles, coming from that Greco-Roman period of time, historically speaking. So the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. They're mud. Nations are mud. Look at the news. Look at history over 400 plus years. Look at the madness. Right? Let's go over here. Jeremiah 25:28. And it shall be if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink, then shalt thou say to them, Thus saith Yahweh, thus saith Jehovah, Yahweh Sabaoth. Thus saith Jehovah of armies. Y'all shall certainly drink. Talking about that this 70 years changes everything. Jeremiah 25:17 says, Then took I the cup at Yahweh's hand and made all the nations to drink, to whom Yahweh Jehovah had sent me. Selassie I send I, yeah. So here. Let's look at this right here, right? For thus saith Yahweh, Elohei Yisrael, the Elohim of Yisrael. We, the once lost, now found black and brown people, the Beit Yisrael, even I, the Beta Israel, the house of Israel over here in the Americas and the Caribbean, right? Says, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink. So as we go through the scriptures, we'll see how John had put into Babylon, right, into the hand of Babylon, right, a cup. So we're looking at both the big picture, right, but also looking at the details, and as it pertains to QE, Queen Elizabeth, and her 70 years, right, and her 70 years, right. What about these 70 years? What is the significance of the 70 years? If we look at Psalm 75:8, it says, For in the hand of Jehovah there is a cup, that chalice. Here it says that the wine is red, it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall wring them out and drink them. So here we see this prophetic word concerning the cup. Now we didn't go into the details, some of the prophetic details, but Revelation is, we could say, all roads lead to that Revelation verse concerning Babylon, concerning baby London. You understand the inner city of London and finances and economics. See what the scripture says, that the love of money, right, is the root of all evil. Not the use of money, right? We don't worship Elohim and Mammon, right? We worship Elohim with our Mammon. In other words, we use our Mammon for the purpose of Elohim, for all things work towards the good of those who are called, right? Those who are loved, right? Who love Elohim and who are called, right, according to his purpose. But let's look at the 70 years. Let's look at the 70 years. So what's the over here in the title, the 70 years? All right. So for those who may be listening on radio, you are listening. Those on the YouTube would have seen the title that we put down in question form. And the question really is, are we equal to Emperor Haile Selassie
the first. Now, before we go into the depths of it, let me be clear now. Obviously, this is a question that I would definitely put to Rastafari. I would really take the time to put that to someone that doesn't, proclaim themselves as Rastafari or Rastaman or something of the sort. Because if you're not, obviously, you're going to say, of course, better than me. And we all have blood running through our veins. He does sleep like everybody, So that would be the response from someone who doesn't hold to the concept. Now, listen to me, family. I'm not here to debate nothing with nobody here, because I know these conversations attract different comments, and people would say, "Oh, he's not this and he's not that." Okay, I understand how you feel. Nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, that's not really where I want to go. I want to, in a sentence, speak to the choir. Right. Those who believe. Yeah. And the question again is, as a Rasta man, Rasta woman, Rastafari, anyone in the term that you want to use, are we equal to Haile Selassie? No, for sure, I know the Orthodox be saying, what are you talking about, Jack? How am I can be equal to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords? Now, hold on, I'm going to show you why the question is asked. Because the statement has been made several times. Even on certain of my programs, I would say certain guests, well, if not that's not the exact statement, but a statement or statements that alludes to that whole idea. So I thought that it was necessary to ask that. And now let me see as much as I can be the angel's advocate here, so you could understand all sides properly. Now you see, let's just admit it. When most ones held on to Rastafari, especially let's say 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, it is definitely most ones. It was definitely coming out of enslavement, coming out of Christianity, and holding on to the philosophy of the Bible. Many ones saw Rastafari in the Bible. So, yeah, one could argue say, well, Rastafari was originally a black liberation movement. And, the original man didn't carry locks because of Numbers chapter 6. Saw the Mao or the Indian man showing the locks. These are different, as I say, angels advocate. These are different outlooks on that. Okay, whether that be so or not, I am still saying that 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, the vast majority of ones that held on to this faith went through the scriptures, always showing specific chapter verses in the Bible that they connected with Haile Selassie verse. And before they came along, people were doing that. One of the more outstanding scriptures, chapter and verse, is Revelation chapter 5, verse 5. And one of the angels, one of the elders said unto me, weep not, for behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah hath prevailed to loose the seals and open, the book thereof. So one saw, well, of course, the coronation of Haile Selassie I. I mean, as I said, I speak into the choir here. We all know the story. Not teaching you nothing new, We know, them is basic preschool thing I'm talking here. kindergarten, if you may. Yeah. We see the coronation of the emperor in 1930. King of Kings. And Revelation is highlighting that, hey, this King of Kings, and his vesture on his tie is the King of Kings. So he's King of Kings and he's Lion of Judah. King of Kings and Lord of Lords, actually. And then, of course, you can balance scriptures that, like in Acts, when it clearly says, when it speaks about the sepulchre of David, we know the scripture. And it speaks about the Almighty shall rise up, Christ. So this is where that concept of the return, Christ and Messiah, also comes in. Because it says that the Almighty shall rise up, Christ, to sit in the flesh, he said that too, in the flesh, to sit upon the throne of David. And it's all Bible things, man, going through mystic Bible. So Christ will rise up to sit upon the throne of David. Then now, we take it to a next level, because we understand that, okay, this King of Kings and this same Lord of Lords, according to history, legend, or belief, whichever one you think it isn't. Because anyone, whichever one, the man argue about that too. He's considered to be of the bloodline of King Solomon. And he's sitting on the Davidic throne. Everything adding up here, this is some good mathematics taking place. And then we can go into other books now outside of the Bible. I mean, we're done with that full of it, okay? Outside of that, we still can go into a lot of ancient Ethiopian manuscripts. You gotta respect the Ethiopians. You understand? For keeping their history for so long. I see some of us young scholars, we deny the Ethiopian history. But let's be honest, none of them don't even know who their great-grandfather is. I don't even want to sound like I insult nobody, you know?
Yes, right.
Senbet Selam. Senbet Selam. Senbet Selam.
Sabbath peace.
Sabbath peace. Sabbath safety. Senbet peace. Rest safely. Rest. The true rest and peace is in Christos and in Him.
Right. Sure.
And Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom, Senbet Shalom, Sabbath Eve, Shabbat Eve.
That's right.
Senbet and then heart Senbet Eve. Fraternal greetings, radiating.
Last night's Shabbat Eve blessing from Rabbi Yadin. Thanks.
May John give help on I behalf. A help, let him give to I and I.
Excuse that.
He's come to judge the world in righteousness and truth. So all ye ever laden, come lay your burden down. He's come to judge the world in righteousness and truth. Yes, so all ye ever laden, come lay your burden down.
Love. Happy Ethiopian New Year. Malcolm Adi Samet.
To judge the world in righteousness and truth. So all ye ever laden, come lay your burden down. He's come to judge the world in righteousness and truth. So all ye ever laden, come lay your burden down. My brethren, lying on the grave, to open the book and judge the deed, and rule the righteousness, and rule the righteousness.
Shabbat Shalom.